Fight fans, fight fans, fight fans. What's going on, guys? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have a new topic for you concerning Andy, the Destroyer, Mr. Snicker, Ruiz. And salute to the first on the chat, followed by 3 more. What's up, everybody? Come one, come all. Let's get populated so we can start this live chat. Philip Carl Roberts, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. TVS Samuel Garcia SG, yeah. The new topic is concerning Ivory Boxing Nation. What's up, brother? The Hank Pool Network, to answer your question. Deleted, okay. All right, absolutely, guys. How we doing? How we doing tonight? I want to talk to you guys about Andy Ruiz. Yeah, that's it, Andre. We got to get it in, man. I got too much to do, you know. Had too much to do today. I wanted to do one around 5, but just time wouldn't permit. But better like and better late than never. Let's hit the like buttons, guys. Let's get the likes up. Let's get people involved in this chat because I got a lot to talk about tonight. Something that has been brewing in my boxing dome. Andy Ruiz, you know, a lot of people have criticized the opposition or the intent of Andy Ruiz. You know, the Hank Pool Network, he says, hell yeah, he was. Who else thinks that Ruiz was a cherry pick? Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up. Talk to me. Smash that like button. Why not? Mando Solo S. Ruiz was not a cherry pick because he wasn't even the first choice. He was the only one who stepped up. Prince Will Jude Ajay. I don't think he was a cherry pick. Andy Ruiz was the only available opponent. Ivory Boxing Nation. I have never thought that, or never, I thought you said never fought that. I'm assuming that's a typo, never thought that. Andy Ruiz wasn't a cherry pick, right, Andre? Hi, Mobolajai. Mobolaj. I can Yemi. Counterpunch to you. He wasn't. Look at Joshua's opposition. There are no cherry picks. RF counterpunching with that remark. Are you related to Luis Ortiz? I don't think so. I don't think so, but there's no telling. You got to be one. You got to be very far removed. Who do you got on the rematch? Who do I have on the rematch now? I don't know. I'm back and forth. You know, get closer when the fight. Ask me when it's signed, sealed, and delivered. That's when because I have to take time. I have to see what both fighters are actually doing. But then that doesn't tell you everything either. You know, so I'll give you guys a prediction later. I haven't caught up with one. Smart guy says AJ all day. It's pronounced OJ. You tried though. I know. I fucked it up. Jude OJ. Prince Will Jude OJ. I have been counterpunched. Damn right. I murdered the name, you know. My fault. Counterpunch to me. I think AJ should fight bums until he gets his hands on Wilder or Fury. Andre, you know something? That shit might seem underachieving for the standards of Anthony Joshua, but fuck it. Everybody else is doing it, right? So I understand why you said what you said, or I think I understand why you said what you said. Gentleman's Game. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Zebadon Looney X. Mayweather. Okay, Mayweather. Okay. Philip Carl Roberts. Joshua's first 14 were cherry picks. After that, though, you better check other guys' resumes. No one has a better early record than him in the division today. I heard that. Men's Law Entertainment. Salute, Kurt. From Italy. You was not a cherry pick, but the only one that stepped up to save the day. Okay. I respect that. Steve Murphy. Still, AJ wasn't acting normal. Yeah, that's a whole nother story, brother. That's a whole nother story and another issue. Not AJ style. He's interested in fighting the best. Ian Smith. You know something though? After hearing what I've heard from Anthony Joshua, he should know, based on his standard, he should have never taken Andy Ruiz that lightly. Because each fighter that Anthony Joshua faces, that's why they pick the best one or the most one. But I think he should have never, because he knew what his standard that he already set for himself was. On top of a fighter getting that type of opportunity, hell yeah, they're going to try to win. Because if they win, they got to fight him again and get more money than they got the last time. And the first time was more money that they ever saw. So yeah, he should have known better. Okay, Andre, he says, but I'm confused, counterpunch. How can there be negotiations for a rematch when Ruiz signed a contract already detailing the stipulations of the rematch? Well, it's one of those things where he already pre-signed, but I think there is a last draft of a contract that he has to sign to confirm that he agrees to what he signed, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has to agree, and the way he agrees is probably by a signature that he understands and agrees to all the terms in the next fight, which he agreed on from the first contract. So it was lack of preparation on Andre and on AJ's part, and he overlooked Andy Ruiz. AJ's uncle even warned AJ about Ruiz in his early years. Ruiz is the upset king. Yeah, I remember him saying that, Gentleman's Game. And this is no game for delicacy, for overlooking. Steve Murphy, I got AJ winning the rematch, though big losses mean harder comebacks. Now, hey, that's true. Guess what though? He said that. Joel Diaz said that today. I did a video about it earlier, and he felt that Joshua will win the rematch, and Joel is Mexican American, so that should tell you. Dion Doorway, respect back to you, brother. Counterpunch to you. Did you watch the interviews that AJ did about what he was feeling? Hey, I did. I posted about them today. Are you talking about the ones where he doubted himself, the Sky Sports, or the JD's interview? Because he did two. He did the Sky Sports, then he did the JD's interview. So I saw them both. I counterpunched them both, because the one where he doubted himself, you had channels attacking the man's character and stuff like that. So I had to counterpunch those videos, to make a proper balance on those guys. Because a lot of people say, well, why do you counterpunch other people's videos? I counterpunch other people's videos so that other people will know the perspective and why and where those people are coming from. So if they're biased and they have an agenda, we have to know that they're biased and they have an agenda. So if they have that, they're not really clearly or unbiasedly, naturally critiquing a fighter. They're just talking shit about a person that they personally don't like. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do what I do. Where is the fight? Keith Gordon, we have no idea yet. Hopefully soon we'll know something. Pro WLW Lific. Pro W Lific. However you pronounce that. Yeah, well, he took a temple shot and he took a shot behind the head. The temple shot fucked him up, and the behind the head punch disembobulated him even more. That's what made him all shaky and walking all crazy. TV Samuel Garcia SG. Yeah, I had to expose him. I had to counterpunch him. I mean, I think Boxing Ego exposes himself. So, I mean, he lets people know that he can't stand AJ for whatever reason. So, you know what I mean? You know, he's a hater on AJ. You know, like, he's a PBC guy and a Fox guy. He shits on the zone, you know, that type of stuff. So he's pretty much, his affiliates is stuff like that. But he is affiliate from the zone, though. You know what I mean? So he knows the game. So, but no, when it's time to counterpunch those cats, I don't hesitate. I hope it's in Saudi Arabia, as you said earlier. Well, I hope it's somewhere. I hope it's no bullshit attached to this fight, because this fight should happen for the sport of boxing. Because this is also the sport that I love, that I hate so much. But I love it, right? So it needs to happen for heavyweight boxing, because if it doesn't, what do we have to look forward to? I mean, we had Tyson Fury, he's fighting bum, so he has no competition. Deontay Wilder's doing a rematch with Luis Ortiz, which is older than he was last year, you know? And I don't think that has a lot to do with it. I think they picked him again on the strength of how he looked last time. Easy pick'ems. If he looks shitty against Christian Hammer, okay, he's on his downcline. He just has a name because no one else had the opportunity to fight him. So that's what we have looked forward to. So what else do we have? Usyk, Takam, you know? We don't have a date on that yet. We know what's month, around September sometime, but we don't really know yet. So we don't know if we have that in the bag. So the best fight that we have for it, we look forward to, is Joshua Ruiz 2, you know? Who governs the sanctioning bodies? The sanctioning body presidents, the CEOs. They have different ones. Like the WBC is Maurice Suleiman. The WBA's is Mr. Mendoza. I think it's Hector Mendoza. The IBF and the WBO, those are mysteries to me. I don't know them too well. I know the IBF, they do not play. You know, they stay out of the spotlight, but they do enforce their own rules. They're like the 10 Commandments with this shit. They don't play. They give you a certain amount of time to make a fight, or they're going to strip you. That's it. Now Joshua has someone to fight, and this is good. Yeah, he has someone to focus on. He has someone now. If you've seen how focused this guy is on Andy Ruiz, you know, Kamal, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. So no, he has his dancing partner, you know. Tyson Fury, I don't know. Him and Wilder. Look, if he beats Wilder, Tyson Fury will probably never fight a tough fight again. Because he rides that fucking Klitschko win. He rides that shit to the end. That's where he gets the lineal shit from. The man that beat the man, right? You know, if he outboxes Wilder, he's going to sit on his ass, and I don't know. It ain't going to be good for boxing based on the opposition that he's picking now. If AJ wants to win, he needs to fight from the outside using his jab and reach properly. But to do that, he needs stamina, so has to lose weight. Of course, Mala 2243, great counter punch to you. Pure ism. AJ gonna lose again. Oh man. You gotta respect it though, man. It's different people's perspective because Ruiz might be that guy. You know, we talked a little bit about that last night. Anybody remember Vernon Forrest? What did Vernon Forrest do that was so significant? What was his greatest win? Daryl Alexander, appreciate the support, brother. Great super chat. WB and his fan base are hating on you a little bit right now because of your unbiased honesty. Keep it up, my brother. Who is YB? Who the fuck is that? Who is YB? Is that the British guy? That's like the official Anthony Joshua channel, right? The YB, is he the LDBC Slayer or some shit like that? Is that who that is? Okay. So he's the LDBC Slayer, right? What kind of shit are they talking over there? I haven't heard that. I don't really go to those channels much, but oh, that's a good question. Antonio Matthews, great counterpunch to you. Do you think they will do a trilogy if AJ wins? Ooh, you know something? I think, Antonio, it depends on the way Anthony Joshua wins. Let's say the shit goes 12 rounds in wherever the hell it is in this world, in this crazy world, and Joshua beats him on points. Joshua's able to just outbox him because he's so cautious of the behind the head shots or the temple shots, right? So he outboxes him. He does a Louis Tua, you know? And it didn't look exciting. Okay, why not? Because, see, here's the deal. According to Fury, Deontay Wilder, even if they fight in February, whoever wins or loses, it doesn't matter because they're gonna fight again, right? You see what I'm saying? So they're gonna talking about doing a trilogy. So why can't fucking AJ and Andy do a trilogy? Why not? Why can't they do that? You know what I mean? DJ World, appreciate your support. Great super chat. If Fury beats Wilder, he ain't doing part 3. I believe that. I believe if Fury beats Wilder, he won't. You know, I think Deontay would want one before Tyson Fury. I think if Tyson Fury outboxes Deontay Wilder this fight, he already claimed the first fight. So what he'll do, call him a big dosser and fucking go home, right? Finish off, fight another bum or whoever, and go back to the UK. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, Bruce Vane has a dope ass channel. I like his content. He goes ham on motherfuckers. Did you see the Lennox Lewis one he did today? I was fucking rolling this morning. That shit was remedial. He said Lennox Lewis, Lennox Lewis secretly wants to bust Joshua's ass cheeks. I was like, oh shit, I've heard it all today. Yeah, that was a good laugh today. Yeah, let's see. Oh, the real AJ will KO Ruiz. Dion Doorway, that's what people are anticipating. You know, that's what people are anticipating because The rumor can't die until we see a redo. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But it's crazy. What the hell is the YB LDB Slayer? What is he saying about Counterpunch Boxing News? What the hell? He doesn't like what I say? Okay. I want to know what he said, first of all. You know, you got these channels, man. They are like tribal. You got to think with some common sense, though. You know? Ruiz has no class, even with him being a champion. British KC. You know, this is the time for Ruiz being a champion. Think about it. He's never been a fucking champion before, right? This is his chance to see or to fill out this experience because he never had this before. Ruiz is a guy that was, you know, he was fucking really fighting from fight to fight. You know, now he gets blessed with this opportunity after he stopped pinching himself, as he claimed, after he stopped saying he wanted to be a Mexican Anthony Joshua, right? On how Joshua was built and all that kiss ass shit. Now he's starting to form his own agenda, or is he? Is he getting hyped? Is he getting preached this shit? Is he getting taught this shit? We don't really know. You know, so Don Vickiano. Yeah, I didn't know YB had a problem with me. So I mean, I don't worry about that type of thing. You know, it's just what it is. What's up, brother? YB stays on the LDB's neck. Oh, well, yeah, that's what he does. He's the LDBC Slayer, right? I mean, with a title like that, you know, that's YB, you know? I mean, what would you expect? What do you think about Charlemagne hate on AJ? Charlemagne, he's a Wilder guy. And I know a lot of people, and to go deeper into Charlemagne is a pro-black, you know, he stands with Kaepernick. He supports black businesses and black things. Well, what Wilder did, Wilder went and did that outburst with Radio Raheem. So what he did, he inadvertently, unknowingly, stirred a whole revolution or a whole different category of people up without really even knowing it, including Charlemagne. See, you know, you got, you know, Black Lives Matter, you have all these different groups that they support certain things. Well, when Deontay Wilder went off on Radio Raheem, which is also a pro-black reporter that believes in his community, he goes off on him. But he spiraled this movement, okay? So when he spiraled this movement, it was like guys like Charlemagne the God and Sway's Universe, you know, they picked that up and they ran with it because the message or the supposed message got so big, it got so viral, and then people interpreted it how they wanted. But Deontay Wilder could have done a lot better than he did. I wasn't pissed at what Deontay Wilder did. It's how he done it. He could have explained, like Radio Raheem basically gave him the platform to say, explain what you meant by what you said. He was like, no, Google that shit. To this day, you gonna sit here and you act like a, you know what I mean? And that they were looking more about his reaction than what the message was. So you missed the fucking message. You know what I mean? The message was the struggle of his people through the years to come. He could have said that. You know what I mean? He could have took time, but instead he took offense to what Radio Raheem was saying and went off on him. You know what I mean? So guys like Charlemagne the God, they like the radical type of expression or response. So they took it as some type of movement of like radical responses on how some people, you got Martin Luther King, you got Malcolm X. Malcolm X believed in fucking shoot 'em up, protect yourself. Martin Luther King was like, hey, love thy neighbor, kumbaya, shit like that. They had two different mindsets. So some people catered the more radical way, and then some people wanted the more peaceful way. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But I think he fed into that, Charlemagne, and he took that side because of what that movement represented. And then plus Anthony Joshua, he's British, and then a lot of people are biased against someone that's not from here, regardless of what skin color they are. You know what I mean? Super Pig, number one Super Pig. Hello, Kurt and all. YB can kiss my. Oh man! Salute from the Netherlands. Norub McHenry. Counterpunch to you. I never listen to Blue Blood or LDB because their report is always prejudiced. Yeah, it's one-sided. It's one-sided. You can find it. You can read it in there. And if you see where a person's coming from. I like to get the different perspectives to hear someone out before making a judgment upon them. But then you're like, okay, more of the same bullshit. You know what I mean? They act like AJ was white, though. Yeah, Antonio Matthews, they do. I mean, again, that's like, that's like Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. Okay, that's a perfect example. You had black Muslims, then you had just black Americans, right? You had black Americans that weren't Muslim, that didn't follow Islam, right? That didn't follow what the new found blacks followed, right? So you're either one side or the other, okay? And they made you either choose sides. You know what I mean? So it really, now this didn't even have anything to do with color because it separated and made it much more complex than that. So yeah, that's the best way that I can explain how Joshua is, because Joshua is about class, respecting himself and his peers, being a role model. Will Deontay Wilder is more of, he does some of that, but then sometimes he lashes out and says silly shit. Like, I want to cripple your kids. I want to look in your kids' eyes while I cripple your daddy. I want a body in the ring. Like stuff like that, you kind of scratch your head at and think, what the fuck are you really saying? You got 7 children and you want to look another kid in the fucking eyes and while you cripple his daddy? Like, what kind of shit is that? What if somebody crippled you and watch your kids fucking cripple yourself? Like, it makes no sense to me. A lot of things he says. Not saying he talks about like all crazy shit. But it's like when you say something like, hey, man, peace and blessings, peace and bond you, it's a blessing and this and that. Well, it's funny that none of these LDBC channels have nothing fucked up to say about that. They, if I'm an LDB channel, I'd get kicked off because I'm like, well, I think it was really shitty that Deontay Wilder said he wanted a body in the ring. Why would he want that? If he should really be worried about anything, he should be worried about the people that actually taken lives in the ring and how they fucking felt when they took the lives of these people in the ring. You went in with a fighter and you're the only one that came out. Like those are things that I would have said, man, that's fucked up. Even if I was a part of that lion den boxing community. I would have to speak up because like, dude, we got to say something. You got to, you have to criticize everyone when they fuck up, not make excuses for them. Just like Joshua, he shouldn't have said on TV that I doubted myself. That shit you should keep to yourself. But it was his choice to make that decision. He was being honest, right? I wouldn't have done this shit. But at the end of the day, you can't get pissed off at the man because he cared to share information about himself personally, about how he felt. A lot of people took aid to that and thought, well, hey, this is a real human being. He gets hit, he bleeds like every fucking body else. He's not Superman. You know, those are the things that you take into consideration when hearing a person and how they personally feel about themselves. You know, fuck, Deontay Wilder wanted to have a baby. Like literally, like what is gonna come out his ass? You know what I mean? Those are things that I didn't even really report because I was like, dude, fuck it. I'm not even gonna report that. That's something how he personally feels. I think that is something that you should keep to your fucking self too, right? So I can't say about one guy and not say it about the other guy. You know? These boxers are human beings, and AJ shared something, you know? Just like fucking Deontay Wilder was fucking so pissed at Tyson Fury, he was holding his girl and shit, fucking tearing up because Tyson Fury was talking so much shit during the press conference. Look, that explosion when he said, to this day, that shit, to this day, that shit right, that was an outburst. That was something that could have been fucked up. I mean, I know even though, you know, Sabello D, good morning to you, just woke up. Yeah, WB has been giving props to you, and whoever said that different is lying. I mean, I never heard him say anything, so I don't. Gossip's gossip, fuck it. But back to Wilder. Wilder was on some shit that could have fucked the fight up. Like, honestly, he could have actually fucked that fight up. Let's say he would have crossed and ripped out and lashed out physically at Radio Raheem. Radio Raheem was doing his fucking job. He's a reporter. So he's going to interpret and read back to you, and he wants you to respond for what you said. That's all he did. You know? Wilder versus Ruiz, battle of the belly. Battle of the belly. Wow. Okay. That's a new one. Damn. Wilder embraces incompetence, and it makes it harder for me to cheer on my own countrymen. Muck PvP. At times he does. Now, if he's calm, and here's the thing. Boxing Ego tried to paint a scenario about Anthony Joshua, saying he says one thing, then he says another thing, and it's too vast. We don't really know what he's saying because it's so contradictory. We don't know if he's bipolar. We don't know if he's this. These are the things that he was painting, okay? Now, on his video. And of course, someone with that many subscribers has a certain type of influence. That's why I equally have to counterpunch people like that to give other people another story, another scenario, like, no. He didn't mean that. If you listen to what he was saying, he explained it this way, okay? Now, if you have a guy like Deontay Wilder, he says he's Deontay Wilder, and then he says, oh, I'm the Bronze Bomber. The Bronze Bomber wants to do this, but Deontay Wilder don't want to do this or doesn't do this, but something happens. Maybe I channel my ancestors. Maybe I'm a different person. I'm scared of that guy, the Bronze Bomber. That's when him and Fury got into it, when I think they were behind the gloves, I believe. And Fury was like, I'm thinking you were just a Christian man like me, but I don't believe in any of that shit, right? Well, that's more to me like an alter ego or a different personality if you were going to compare that. So, hey, you know, we got something to counterpunch because your guy that you support, Wilder, I'm so frustrated. That guy, right? If you're going to support that guy, you need to also, if he does something right or he does something impactful, okay, report it. If he does something fucked up, report it. You know what I mean? That's what you do. If you're a reporter, that's what you do. You know, what do I think of Boxing Ego? He has some good content at times, except you see where the bias comes in. You know, like ever since Eddie Hearn came over with his model with DAZN, there's been resistance from other places. Now, what people don't understand, people hating on Eddie Hearn, and people hate on Eddie Hearn the same way they hated on Al Heyman. They hated on Al Heyman when he came out with PBC. Premier Boxing Champions was free TV, free content, so there was no need to bootleg. You were putting boxing back on free TV like we did back in the day, back in the 80s, the late 80s, the mid 80s, the early 90s. But in the mid 90s, things started slowly going to pay TV, like Showtime and HBO. So then boxing did not, it came a non-mainstream sport. Al Heyman had an idea. Okay, let's bring boxing back to free TV. Let's promote these fighters and let's give them a good wage and let the Nielsen ratings support and expose these young fighters that are fighting on my banner. Golden Boy, Top Rank, these motherfuckers had a fit. Okay, so yeah, they hated on Al Heyman too. So anything that was new introduced that seems like, oh, this ain't gonna work, like the Zone was never supposed to work here, right? Oh, you'll never get American fighters for the Zone, right? That was the scenario. And what do we have so far? We have all kinds of fucking fighters on the Zone. Don't we not? All types. So those guys, I don't know, maybe because he's a white guy, you know, you can't overlook that. I would hate to think that, but damn. If Eddie Hearn was black coming over here, if he was a British guy, you know, if it was Lennox Lewis, right? Would you still have that same type of energy of skepticism, of criticism? You know what I'm saying? Like, those are questions you ask yourself, you know? Eddie Hearn comes over here, you know, and he's getting these fighters. He has a lot of money, has a big budget, you know? AJ wasn't successful fighting out his country. Well, not that time. That's why I'd recommend him to fight in Madison Square Garden again, Kenneth. You know? You know what I mean? That's what I would recommend. That's why I think he has to make amends, because he has to also obtain his objective. Right? I mean, he came over here to win the hearts of fans here because people criticized him for not coming here. Right? They claimed, oh, well, you know, that's why he came here to get fans on the American market. And he did a good job. He promoted himself well. He was on different channels, radio stations, talk shows. He did what he's supposed to do to make himself known. And he was doing it faster than Wilder is even staying in this country, and he's been fighting for fucking 10 years. Okay, that's a fact. Right? But he came over here and got his ass whooped. He has to make an amends of that. Yeah, you had an exciting fight, but you lost. So it's a failure for what you're trying to accomplish. That's why I'm not against Joshua fighting somewhere else, but I would prefer him to fight here because it's more incentive for him to fight here. It's more reverence. You know what I mean? It's hey, he's back. You know? But for him to have the fighting somewhere else, like, well, damn, you didn't like America? I know you got beat, but shit, don't be a sore loser. Because people can interpret things how they want to. They can interpret things like, okay, well, Joshua got beat, so he don't even want to come over here no more. Damn, he don't like us? Damn, is it that way? He don't want to come fight here no more? What is it, a mental thing? You know? And you know, those channels that already don't like Joshua is going to push that. No, they're going to love that. They eating that shit up. You know, blue blood, oh, well, he was mentally not ready. He was having mental breakthroughs and breakdowns. He had a panic attack in his dressing room before coming out. But this is Blue Blood Sports TV. That shit, you know what I mean? And it is what it is, you know? But he got beat. He should fight here. There shouldn't even been a debate, you know, where it's gonna be, right there in Madison Square Garden. Or fuck, somewhere in America, you know? Either way, the fight's gonna sell because it's very anticipated, you know? Gentleman's game. I just don't know why the hate towards AJ is real. They call Frank Bruno 2.0 when Wilder can't even put combos other than the hand if it's, look, Wilder has been spoiled over the years, people. You know the truth about Deontay Wilder? This is the truth. He was never pushed to do anything in his training camp. He admitted that he got away with a lot of shit. What do you think that means? That means they didn't force him to do shit. They didn't force him to do the proper training regimen, the things that he needed to do. Why? Because he had the great equalizer. He had the sledgehammer right hand. And because he had the sledgehammer right hand, he was able to pass and skip all the necessary things that he needed. Okay? But he is making amends of that. You know? Peace be with you, Kurt. Peace be with you too, God Rock. Osley. I think he feels the fans here are not loyal. I can definitely see that. Well, no. American fans are really not loyal to too many things at all. You know, I think the objective in America, since America's built up of different ethnicities and nationalities and traditions, is just to be non-biased. Because loyalty, I don't know. I don't think that shit is really all that over here. Yeah, man, hit that like button. Why not? We got 114 people on the chat. Let's hit the like button. Let's get up to 100 likes, people. Why not? Roy Murphy, breaking. Anthony Joshua to face Andy Ruiz in Saudi Arabia, December 7th in 7 million pounds contest, 100 million. Roy Murphy, you got to send that to me. I'll counterpunch that shit right away. Yeah, no loyalty. But yeah, that'll be dope though. No shit. Fury beats both Wilder and AJ. He could outbox anyone if he doesn't get caught. You know what I mean? If they don't catch him on the end of their punches. Wilder can't hit him with that right. You know, yeah, via Facebook. Absolutely. You know where to find me, brother. Just, you know, and I'll counterpunch that before I leave this joint. Yep, loyalty is earned. Get this smoke. You know, that's true. You know, and I think that AJ, I think AJ was pretty well welcomed here. I think just the loss set him back. And that made everybody like, damn, this is the unified champion. But that's why you're supposed to come back and make amends. Simple as that. What do you think about Fanon Boxing Channel, Kurt? I don't really watch them. I know Andre Ward got in this shit. I know what he said about Andre Ward. I know what types of things he says, he talks about. And Andre Ward put him on blast. I remember that. I counterpunched that video because he had criticized Andre Ward for just having a fucking opinion about Wilder, and maybe Wilder might not want to fight Fury because Fury is a difficult fighter. And because he said that, oh, he got called all types of shit. Like, you know, they call him SOG, son of God, right? You know, they start saying shit like, you can't trust a guy with a white father, son of a white man and shit like that. I'm like, man, what the fuck? You wanted to label your kids after this guy, but now he said something about Wilder. You're talking all this shit? Come on, man. You know? Darren Spell Sr., what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. H Money, the boxing voice. Andy Ruiz is ducking the UK. For whatever, you know? Yeah, he defriended Ward. He fucking defriended Ward, man. And then, like, I don't know why he did that. Because Ward was just like, Ward don't say nothing different about nobody else different than he ever said about any other fighter. He just called it like I seen it because he seen how fucking Deontay struggled to land punches. He couldn't really land punches. The punches he did land, they were catastrophic. They were effective. But fuck, how many real punches did Deontay Wilder land? How many right hands did he land? You could probably count them on your right hand. You know? Appreciate it, brother. I'll counterpunch it immediately. Gentleman's game. LOL boxing voice still going in on the barbershop. I expose barbershop conversations on the boxing voice. Man, what happened? What happened? Tell me about that. Barbershop's conversation. Yeah, I heard he's some type of political guy or something like that, right? And he like running for student council or some shit, or I don't know, something like that. Hey, Wilder announces that he was going to fight Ortiz a couple of days before AJ-US fight. It's been 2 months now and haven't heard anything. Look, man, everything was built on the strength of Anthony Joshua. They knew where the money came from. They knew where the money's coming from. They know who possesses the money. You know what I'm saying? You know, it is what it is. Notice you mentioned icons on the video. I hated that guy until AJ lost. Now I respect him for some reason. Well, I mean, if someone loses, they lose. They lost. Shit, he lost. Fuck. He got beat up. You know what I mean? Like, what more can you say to it? I called out barbershop conversation to fight on the boxing voice for lying on Eddie Hearn, and he ducked me. Yeah, he's gonna duck you. You know, you turned into Keith Thurman. You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son. That's Thurman. You Thurmaned his ass. I mean the old Thurman. I don't mean the new married Thurman. The old Thurman. The Thurman that wanted to fight everybody. Fucking Busy Bone and shit. Busy Bone Thug. DeBarge. Motherfucker. If he possesses the money, then why does he need to prove it in America again? Kenneth Watson. He doesn't. It ain't the money, Kenneth. It has nothing to do with the money as far as Anthony Joshua fighting here. That's for the fans. That's for the reverence of respect, not the money. He has the money. See, if Anthony Joshua left the heavyweight division, there would be no money. Because see, if he leaves the heavyweight division, let's say Anthony Joshua says, fuck it, I'll retire, right? What would that mean? All those, 10, 11, 12 endorsements, they go away. They won't give it to no one else because no one else could carry that weight. Who else has power beats by Dre? You got the Olympian, you got Odell Beckham, you got LeBron James. Those guys are one of the top athletes at what they do. They're the most represented. They're the most promoted, okay, sponsored. They are the official sponsors of that sport, right? You heard that, you seen that fucking pro beats, some $300 fucking beats. I want some so bad, but I'm like, fuck it, I ain't spending $300 on. I may one day, but not now. You know what I mean? But it represents, he represents like that boxing. I know it in Spanish. I don't know why I keep fucking role model, right? He's the role model to the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? Range Rover, Under Armour, fuck all that shit. It's remedial. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how Thurman is. He got this, I think he needs to fix those teeth so he can whistle and shit instead of going out in the park and do that. He can fucking whistle with his, he can do that. That shit, that fuck me fun, that shit. It's a space in it, you know, but Moses CP. I don't know. I think he can. And I think he's learning the things that he's done. Because it's fucking with him too much, Moses. It's fucking with him too much. Joshua is like eating, sleeping, reporting. I've never seen him do this many fucking interviews. He's done more after he lost than before he lost. You know, he got his own channel and shit. He's on Sky Sports. He's on JD Sports. You know what I'm saying? He's all over the place, right? He's in Nigeria. He's back. He's in New York. He's hanging out. He goes back to the UK. He's hanging out in the UK. He's doing all types of shit. So it's fucking with him. You know? Kurt, UNT Street and YB, the LDBC Slayer are the best in the boxing. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I know T Street. I've known him for a while, you know, and, you know, he is one of the guys that just report the news. You know what I mean? At Blue Sky, AJ made 300 million. Nope. Know about that, but man has made a lot of fucking money. If AJ was from the NBA, from the USA, he would be praised like crazy worldwide. Well, at least I think. Well, there's no telling among PvP. There's no telling, dude. There's no telling. Vlad and Banks teach him. Man, I would love Vladimir. There you go. Vladimir Klitschko. They should do some Rocky Balboa and Apollo Creed shit right there. Fucking Vladimir Klitschko and Anthony Joshua. That would be, because I know Vladimir is a guy. He might make that fight ugly. I hate the way he fights, but he's effective at what he does. And he's good at fighting tall. That is the thing you need to do. You don't want to go head up with fucking Andy Ruiz and fight his fight. Throwing bombs and shit, and he can throw them a notch faster than you can. Darren Spell Sr., thank you for the super chat. Thank you, brother. Thank you for your support. AJ is what everyone wants. He's the James Bond of boxing. Good looks, charisma, and calm and collective. Well, he's calm and collective. Good looks, I mean, I don't really rate guys like that, you know. But, you know, I can tell he's not the ugly guy. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, he looks like that role model cat, you know? But, yeah, man, Joshua struggles with shorter guys. Wilder struggles with bums. Look, Wilder's going to struggle with anyone as long as he doesn't have an orthodox, basic form of boxing common knowledge. The common knowledge of boxing, he's going to have problems with any old fighter that throws certain fights or punches, you know? He says AJ is goofy as fuck. Yeah, I don't rate guys either. You know, he is goofy. That's what makes AJ AJ though. He fucking laughs when he wants to laugh, shit's humorous, he's laughing his ass off. But goofy's a good thing. Goofy means you're fucking happy, right? You know what I mean? A lot of motherfuckers sitting around, fuck shit, yeah. You know? Yeah, you can't laugh for shit. Kurt, exposed barbershop conversations for being a racist politician and a line on Eddie Hearn. I mean, when he comes through my perimeter, I will do that as time permits. I ain't going out of my way to fuck with barbershop conversation. He has a campaign to run. Vlad would have jabbed Ruiz's face off in his prime. See fast Eddie Chambers. Absolutely. Antonio Matthews, great counterpunch. You see what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. Vlad knows not to engage. You know, his knockouts come when they come. If they don't come, they won't come. Okay? That is the reality, and that's having the experience of knowing what the hell you're doing in the ring. He's not going to go in and try to, because see, AJ's one of those guys, he's been watching too much of Tyson, I'm telling you. Tyson and Canelo and shit, he wants to go in there and throw you. He wants to do exactly what he did to Povetkin, right? Povetkin, he wanted to knock his ass out like that. It didn't happen that way. I bet you Joshua saw himself. I'm going to hit his ass again and catch him with that left and knock his ass out this time. It didn't happen that way, you know? Was it Joe Louis that had the Bum of the Month Club? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It was either him or Rocky Marciano. Damn. Fanon blocked me for liking the Zone. That's fucked up. You know, but I mean, that's the Zone. It's the new thing around. It's the Zone It's funny, like you hear like boxing, you go talk about new media and shit, but then they talk about new media, but they follow old, like the old fucking structure. Like pay-per-view will be that shit that investors will get tired of investing in because people are streaming this shit illegally. If you got a Fire Stick at your house, why are you worried about pay-per-view? I'll never do it because I know what it means not to steal other people's shit. That's like theft to me, personally. I won't do it. But I am not everyone. But I also understand the zone. The zone is something, it's like a subscription, it's Netflix of boxing or sports. I get it. This shit works. This shit is like what Blockbuster used to be compared to what Redbox is now. And the shit will slowly burn out. That's why you think they need someone like Pacquiao. How long you fucking think Pacquiao's gonna be in the game? And if it wasn't for Pacquiao fighting on the PBC in the welterweight division, there really wouldn't be too many pay-per-views, right? He already had 2 pay-per-views in the of the credit of the PBC, right? Credit the PBC because they signed Manny Pacquiao, right? Manny Pacquiao Thurman, Manny Pacquiao Broner. You know, then you had Wilder was on Showtime, naturally. And we had the Badger versus the Rhino, which is Garcia versus Spence. So, you know, Manny Pacquiao is helping keep that up. But damn, when he retires, people won't want to see that because their model is flawed because Al Heyman started with the PBC. That's Premier Boxing Champions, free TV people. So it's kind of hard to really make you want to watch something on pay-per-view where you've been watching this guy on free TV, unless it's a huge fight. The ratings did okay, but then they were going against the grain, right? You got these guys, they're accustomed to PBC. Like Wilder was a PBC guy. He went from Golden Boy to Premier Boxing Champions. Okay, so he had showcased on free TV. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to make someone a pay-per-view star when they're on that type, when they started, and they're respected on that type of platform. That's the thing. You know, so it's like no disrespect to Wilder. That's how he was marketed. You know what I mean? He was marketed that way. And Wilder wasn't always the way he is now. Don't give me that shit. And when he had a regular ass haircut, he was not that same dude. He was a dude that used to work at IHOP, that was taking care of his fucking daughter because his daughter had a condition. That was the guy that I knew. That was the guy, that was his story, and that's who he was. And he could hit like a fucking ton of bricks, right? But he wasn't fighting anyone, so people didn't know who he was, right? So that's what it was. He wasn't the shit-talking guy or any of that. That just started maybe a little bit after he knocked out Stavern, or fought Stavern and beat Stavern the first time to get the WBC recognition. The zone needs to sign more fighters. Charlos, Crawford, Lubin. Well, here's the thing. Charlos, prisoners of the PBC. Crawford is an ESPN fighter with top rank, and he's getting good money. Lubin, I don't know who Lubin's with. I think he's with the PBC too, right? Because didn't Lubin get knocked out by Jermell Charlo? Yeah, I was there for that fight. He knocked him the fuck out. He did. I don't understand these fake boxing fans who want the zone to fail. Look, the more the merrier. I can watch shit on Fox, on an app. That's how I watched Adam Kalnaki and Chris Arreola. I was not at home, I was out of town, I was working. You need shit like that. Look, I don't know why these people want to hate on each other. If they're boxing fans, watch boxing. You know, I don't boycott shit. I know why certain fights are. Like, I enjoyed the Porter Yordenis Ugas fight. I think Ugas won. I think Ugas was robbed, you know, but I enjoyed the fight. You know, I watched the Keith Thurman Pacquiao fight. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna support it. You know? But that's me. Kelvin, please tell me what you think about AJ and Wilder. I mean, what can we say? You mean about them fighting? Will the fight ever happen? You know? Yeah, Ugas was robbed. You know, he was robbed. Plain and simple. You know? Schwartz was robbed. What the fuck ever, dude? Cut it. Stop it out. Stop it. Stop it out. Cut it out. Oh, shit. You guys are a trip, man. You guys are a fucking trip. Do you think Fury will reach the same amount of bums Wilder fought? Yeah, if he keeps fighting. Shub Ali, if he keeps fighting, he will. I mean, because to him, he'll do what Mayweather did later in his career, just fight people and then pick people who to fight because he's the best and nobody can't beat him anyway, so I might as well fight somebody that makes it easier and make myself look better. Pretty much. You know, Fury was robbed. Hey, that's a big debate. The zone needs to be $4.99. Nah, they got too much money they're giving away to fighters, bro. Get this smoke? Nope. That shit ain't gonna happen. That shit ain't gonna happen. Because see, ESPN can do that because they still have their network. And I feel that they should give an option to watch it on ESPN and the app. You shouldn't just, you know. But anyway, of course, you wouldn't need the app if you did watch it on TV. Yeah, I got it. But, you know. Loma ain't ducking anyone. Loma needs to move up to 140. Stop the shit. If he can't find the fights he wants to fight, if he can beat Campbell, he needs to move up to 140. If he wants to be respected like Manny and Mayweather, he needs to do that. Thank you, Jeremy Perkins. I appreciate that. You know, I don't think any channel should supposed to be alike, but it is what it is. It's just boxing, man. I mean, it's people's opinion. You think Wilder can knock out Anthony Joshua? You think Anthony Joshua can beat Wilder? You think Fury can beat Anthony Joshua? You think, you know, Fury can beat Wilder? Look, it is what it is, you know, but base that on something, you know, something tangible. You know, I'm a fan. Why are you a fan? Because I like him. Why do you like him? Because he looks like me. I don't know. It kind of sounds a little biased. You know? Who is the face of boxing right now? Terrence Crawford, but he's being hindered. You know, that's it. He's being hindered. He can't get the fights he needs to fight because of fucking Al Heyman. Al Heyman got a bunch of slaves over there. He don't want to let his cattle go. There, I said it. Do you think Fury wants to retire undefeated by fighting bus drivers and construction workers? Why not? Floyd did it. Floyd fought fighters he knew he was much better than just to make himself look a certain way, supernatural. And what's sad about Floyd, the motherfucker actually had the ability to beat the best people. He just didn't want the toughest fights. Because according to Mayweather, there's nothing cool about taking punishment. That's his motto. So if that was the case, he didn't want people to, like, he would have never fought Lara in 14. You know what I mean? That would have been a chess match. Then you know why I say it would have been a difficult fight for Floyd? Because Zab Judah was a difficult fight for fucking Floyd. And Lara was better than Judah, right? Judah had better combinations. Lara was just a smarter fighter. You know? There, I said it. He didn't fight Keith Thurman. He didn't fight Sean Porter. He didn't fight anybody that could have gave him a tough fight in his career. See, it's not about how good you are. It's about what you can do at your age that you're at. What's the significance of fucking Manny Pacquiao right now? He was able, it's not that he beat Keith Thurman. He beat Keith Thurman 40 plus years old. That's the significance of it. Because he can still prove he can do things that people expect him to do before, right? And he can still do them with the type of competition we have today, which is regarded as some of the best fighters we have on the stable. Floyd didn't do that. Floyd was like, fuck it, I'll fight Berto and leave. Oh, then I'll fight McGregor. You could have blessed other boxers with that kind of fucking money, you know? But then boxers became lazy. Look, mouth salivating over the money that he made anyway. That's why they're not shit now, because they're all trying to model themselves after fucking Floyd. Floyd did some bullshit to boxing, bro. He fucked a lot of people's minds set up. You know, look at what Floyd gave his fighters versus what Joshua and Canelo is offering his fighters, and now it's not good enough. Think about it. Offering fucking Errol Spence $20 million to fight Canelo, and that ain't, you never will give away the first offer. What the fuck? Did Floyd ever offer anyone besides Manny Pacquiao? Let's omit Pacquiao because he's his own entity. You know, he was worth something. But any other fighter that he fought, what was the fight purse that he offered his fighters? Tell me. You know what I mean? Tell me who like, what did he offer his fighters? What did he give Maidana? $3 million. What did he get from the second fight? $3 million. That was good enough fucking then. That wasn't that long ago. What did he give Canelo? You know what Canelo made for fucking fighting Floyd? $5 million fucking dollars. And now these fighters act like that ain't shit. Oh no, that ain't shit. We ain't gonna do that. You know? So no, man, like these fighters, man, it's Floyd. He created this shit. You know? And Floyd was a fucking excellent fighter. He should have proved how good he was, and he didn't, and he could have. He just decided to be a dick and say, no, I ain't gonna fight none of the tough fights. Because I don't want to show people actually seeing how vulnerable I am to tougher opponents. Not saying I don't think he could have beat him, but he didn't test himself. That's why people will always question his legacy, because of his choices he made with picking motherfuckers. But quote, emphasis, picking motherfuckers. So, you know, how does AJ have a chin like Amir Khan? He don't. AJ has a chin, Amir Khan don't. You just can't. AJ knows he can't take fucking temple shots or behind the head shots. Amir Khan, fuck you. You slap him wrong, his fucking legs are breaking down. Yeah, exactly, Darren Spell Sr. That's why everybody's trying to stay undefeated. Because they think they're going to be the next fucking Floyd. So if they could get up to 48, 49, 50 and give me that $50, $100 million. That's what they're trying to cash out, doing the same remedy that Floyd did. But people fail to realize this. Floyd had a career before he was Money Mayweather. He kicked much ass. Very well. See, people forget that shit. You know what I'm saying? He got a potato chin. Amir Khan got a potato chin. That's crazy. Floyd Mayweather is the best ever. 6-time world champion, 6 different weight classes. Hey, he has the accolades to prove it. But guess what? You gotta prove it each and every time. See, I don't agree with Tyson Fury if he beats Wilder. He can fight any fucking body. I just laugh because I know that's more than likely what's going to happen. Don't mean I'm cool with the shit. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't cool when Floyd did it. Floyd should have been fighting the best. If he's the best, stop fucking handpicking people. No, he's too tough. No, fuck that. Him. Hey, yeah, you come here. What's your name? Oh, Berto. Come on, let's fight. Come on now. No. You know, and then see, and what's happening, like I told you, Barry Sanders, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Emmitt Smith. Barry Sanders just left earlier. Emmitt Smith wasn't as talented as Barry Sanders, but he stayed longer and he did more shit. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know? Floyd came out to the division. He didn't jump up for a check. Get this smoke. He didn't. What division did he clean out? Floyd cleaned out a division? He did what Terrence Bud Crawford did? Is that true? What division did he clean out? I love Barry Sanders, Super Pig #1, a #1 Super Pig, hashtag. This is my favorite. That's what, look, Barry Sanders is the reason I stopped watching football. And I was a football fan. I wanted to go to the NFL and all that shit. I wanted to be like Mel Gray and, you know, did those classic kickoff returns and shit. That was me. I was that guy. So you had football, boxing, track, because I love the Olympics, because I ran track too. You know, martial arts, of course. I was an all fucking pro guy. Kurt, Floyd Mayweather is the 16-time world champion. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I mean, he's a 16-time world champion. So that means he's highly decorated. So do you think he deserves easy pick'ems? That means the guys, the top guys that are around at the time, he's supposed to test himself to see if he was better than those guys. That's only fair, H Money. It's only fair, because why would you want to fight someone you know you can beat? You know the guy that you're avoiding beat the guy that you're fucking fighting. You know what I mean? Like, what sense is that? You're the best of all time. You're TBE. But then yet you can't even fucking come in grips with fighting Keith Thurman. That would have sold. Oh, it's not a good enough draw. No, like I said before, that's not a good enough draw. He doesn't bring no money to the table. I don't want to fight Keith Thurman. He's under my league. You know, Mayweather smashed Manny Pacquiao. No, Mayweather neutralized Manny Pacquiao and held that motherfucker. He neutralized him. He outboxed him and neutralized him. He didn't smash shit. You know what I'm saying? He beat him. He outpointed him. You know, smash is some. He should have knocked his ass out. Smash means Hulk shit to me. Kelvin, I think he would be sued for probably much more money than he made. That's why it'd be stupid to refuse that rematch. But if he did refuse that rematch, that means Al Heyman has promised him some money that he was going to pay him on the back end for not taking that contract, and probably help him pay off that lawsuit that he's going to get slapped with. You know. Floyd Mayweather outclassed Canelo, is a pound for pound best fighter in the world. H Money, Canelo Alvarez, let me tell you something. That was the best example or performance why he was Money Mayweather. It was classic. It was. But you can't just get off on fighting Canelo alone. There was a lot of other fucking Canelos out there, right? Yes, he outclassed Canelo, because Canelo was that up and coming guy. You know what I mean? And that was him fighting Canelo was his response for everyone really ragging on him for not fighting Pacquiao. So he gave someone another fight that people can respect. I can respect that. I love to watch highlights of that fight. I'm not taking shit away from Floyd as a form of what he did, but his picks and his chooses, that's what I'm talking about. Who was Victor Ortiz when he fought him? Think about it. Who was Victor Ortiz? He fought that motherfucker, Andre Berto. He been looking to fight Andre Berto a long time, though. You know, when Andre Berto was undefeated, he wanted to fight him, but that's no longer the case. And I can understand him wanting to fight Andre Berto because he was fast, he was quick, he's a great combination fighter. He was undefeated, but he got beat. He got beat fucking 4 times before even Floyd considered him. So the question is, why did Floyd consider him? You know? Canelo ain't pound for pound #1. No, he's not. You know? But Floyd overlooked fighters purposely because he knew those would be difficult fights, because he has the spirit of discernment. He's wise enough. The people around him are smart enough. He will not pick fights that are dangerous or tricky. But why do you think the fighters are doing the shit they're doing today? That's what you ask yourself. You know? Yeah, Ortiz beat Berto. Yeah, he beat Berto. Canelo got the best resume in boxing. Now, hey, can't argue with that shit. Who ain't he fought? Who ain't he fought that was an importance through a span of different types of fights? You know, even though he fought Sugar Shane Mosley, and that's after his prime, because by that time, Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather beat Mosley. So, but hey, Cotto, Lara, Mayweather, Golovkin, Jacobs. Come on, man. Hey, you can't argue with that. You cannot argue with that shit. But I wish Floyd had the same spirit as Roy Jones did. Kurt, do you think Floyd would school Lara if they fought? I don't know. See, that's the problem. See, the Bane, 1986, great question. We don't know that because Floyd will never fight no one difficult like that. That's why I'm like, well, damn, why don't you fight this motherfucker? Both of you guys are pure boxers. Well, Mayweather's an aggressive counterpuncher, right? Now, Lara is a southpaw. We know one thing about southpaw. Floyd trouble because Floyd cannot easily do his cross shell defense, his crossover defense, his shoulder roll. He can't do that with a southpaw. You know what I mean? He has to actually put his dukes up and have to defend from the other side of his body. And someone like Lara, he'll give Floyd fits because, see, Floyd knows he can use his legs just like Lara can. That fight would probably be, oh, they would run. No, they would box. You know what I mean? And it would be a good fight to me. But he didn't want to fight him. He didn't want to fight Thurman. He didn't want to fight anyone at that time. I didn't get it. You know, and it was just an easy pick'ems. Canelo lost to Lara in that first little G fight too. Look, Canelo's supposed to have 3 fucking losses on his record. 1 to Mayweather with no majority decision, Lara by split decision, and Triple G too. He said little G fight. Little G. Saunders would school Canelo. Hey, we got to see that fight, guys. We have to see that fight. I would love to see Saunders and Canelo. But while I got you guys here, before I wrap it up, let me talk to you guys about Andy Ruiz. My counterpunch on Andy Ruiz being a cherry pick. And the reason I'm iterating this is because that's what Andy Ruiz said. Andy Ruiz said that he is a cherry pick gone wrong. Now, first of all, if you're going to cherry pick a person, you have to strategically pick him. He wasn't strategically picked. Andy Ruiz reached out to Eddie Hearn for the opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua. So it wasn't like they were looking for guys and shit. This wasn't like Rocky 1, okay? This wasn't the original Rocky where they were just looking for fucking fighters that may or may not be a good opposition, right? This was Andy Ruiz's opportunity because he knew the man needed money. He needed that blessing. He believed in himself. He just got out of a fight. He wasn't out of shape. He was still loose, okay? So that's what he wanted, okay? So anyway, they chose him because he just got out of a fight and he would be the best fight at the time. How the fuck is that a cherry pick? That's why I don't see that it's a cherry pick at all. But he wants to believe that he was a cherry pick. Okay, that's not really giving you self-confidence, saying that you believe you were a cherry pick that went wrong. That means they were looking at you at what, 70%? You're not really taking a cherry pick seriously, right? You know, so, but that's okay. He's not a cherry pick now. Now he is the unified champion of the world. Andy Ruiz is. And he has to defend that title against the former unified champion of the world. And that's it, guys. Well, look, guys, it's been fun. I got to get out of here. I got to run. I got to post some more videos before I crash. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. We will pick up tomorrow. Darren Spell Sr. Manny Ortega, Mandosolo S, The Bane 1986, The Godfather, PED, Blake Taylor, Darren Spell Sr. again, Get This Smoke, GM, good morning, peace to you, and peace to you back. You guys been Counterpunch, it's been great. Of course, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.